Hi ladybugs, how are we doing tonight? I'm doing okay. It was chilly here today. We're going to start with Mr. Cooper. He's the Vito, I think by Laura Tuzio Ross. Isn't he cute? Look at his little freckles. Hold on, let me show you guys. Freckles are really hard to do on a reborn because if you don't do them right, they look like they were just plopped on with a marker. But as you can see, he's got really adorable freckles. And they don't look like they were plopped on with a marker. And I like the fact that they're different tones, you know what I mean? Like some are lighter and some are darker. Love that. All right, let's put something on Cooper. Let's see. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good time? Getting a little discouraged with YouTube because like there's a guy that started a video, like started his channel like 10 days ago and he's already got 3,000 subs and I'm stuck at 200. I mean, I'm still going up like one at a time, but getting a little discouraged, you know what I mean? Like I've tried different things in my life. I've tried doing inventions. I tried getting into acting, but you know, there's never been, and there probably never will be a physically disabled actor. Like there are, you know, actors with Down syndrome and stuff, but there's never been like a physically disabled actor, like someone who needs to use a wheelchair or whatever. So that was kind of a bust. I just starting to feel like I'm a little bit useless, you know, like there really isn't anything that I can do that's good, you know, that's going to be successful. Even though I try so hard, you know, it's a little bit frustrating. It's hard sometimes. I'm sure you guys know what I mean, you know. I've tried to do different things and I just feel like, you know, society doesn't really have a use for me, you know. But I keep trying. I'm just getting a little discouraged. Like, you know, it's hard because you try to be a good person, you know, you help other people out. Like we've let tons of people live with us to try to get them on their feet and help them out. We've even like taken people in off the streets, you know, and we take bag lunches that we make down to the homeless people, and we do blanket drives and coat drives, and I volunteered at the animal shelter, and we've fostered animals, and you know, you try to do good things, but it just seems like sometimes it doesn't, you know, sometimes it doesn't seem like anything I do is very successful. So getting a little bit frustrated and discouraged, but I don't know what else to do, you know? I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like that? Cooper is so cute with his little poof of red hair. He's, well, reddish brown, but it's so cute. I just love him. You know, I want something I do to work out, you know? Because I do try, you know? But his hair is actually almost the same color as mine. It's like that brownish red. I didn't even realize that till just now. Look. There he is. Isn't he cute? He's just the cutest little toddler. He looks like he's ready to toddle off to preschool, huh? Are you ready to toddle off? Oh, you want to snuggle? Want to snuggle with mommy? You gonna make mommy feel better? Oh, thank you. Oh, welcome, mama. Oh, thank you, Cooper. Oh, such a good boy. Just makes mommy so snuggly, huh? Makes mommy so snuggly, huh? There he is. There's Cooper. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep talking about it. You know, I don't want you guys to get down. I like my channel to be positive, but it's hard sometimes, you know? Because I do try to do something that will be successful, but it just doesn't work for me. We're going to dress Charlotte. So I had to undress her because somebody wanted photos of her. And then I didn't redress her, so now I have to dress her. Let's put this on her. This will be pretty. She'll look pretty in this light pink, I think. There was this one kid one time, he was like 16. He was living on the streets when we lived in Beaverton. And we saw him on the sidewalk and he was like crying. Me and my partner saw him on the sidewalk and he was really just sobbing, and it was cold. It was a winter day. And we stopped the car and we asked him what was going on, why he was so upset. And he was saying that he had run away from home, and he was he had a girlfriend, but she had dumped him and he didn't have any place to go and he didn't have any money to get back home. And he was a nice young boy. So we took him in and we let him, first we took him to dinner. It was earlier in the day. We took him to like Sherry's for like breakfast, and we talked to him and stuff. And he was a really nice kid, and we were trying to help him. So we took him in. We let him stay with us for a week, and then we bought him a ticket to go back home because that's what he really wanted. He wanted to go home. He lived in northern Washington, so it wasn't too far from here because we're Oregon, so we're right underneath. Oh, look how pretty that looks on her. So anyway, so we took him out to eat, and we chatted with him, and then we let him stay with us for about a week. He stayed in my daughter's room, not with my daughter. She stayed in another room. And then we bought him a ticket to go back home. And we didn't hear from him for a few months, like 6-7 months. And then we finally did get a letter from him, and he was saying that he was back in school and happy to be home, and that he was doing well with his family, and he had started counseling with his family. So that was really nice. It was nice to hear that he was doing well and that he was kind of getting things back on track with his family. So that made us feel good. That it seemed like we had helped him out. And we've let other people stay with us over the years, but a lot of people, they didn't take the help. They just used us and then left no better off than they came. And that's always depressing because, we want to help people. Like we let people stay with us so that we can help them. Evie, go get back on their feet, or, get whatever. And when they don't try, it's frustrating because it's like, what good was it? You stayed here, but you didn't get anything out of it. So, we've tried with people, but with some people, it's just really difficult because they don't put the effort in. They want you to do things for them. But then when it comes down to it, like we've let a bunch of people some people we know and some people that we didn't know stay with us so they could work and they didn't have to pay us anything because we just wanted them to be able to save up their money. So when they left, they'd have like a nest egg. But it usually turned out, only that one time with that kid did it actually pan out. The rest of the times they just stayed with us until we kicked him out. And then, after months, we were like, okay, you're not working, you're not doing anything, you're not getting back on your feet, and you can't just stay here, forever. So we would eventually have to ask them to leave just because, like time, well, you know what I'm saying. It's frustrating to try to help people. And then there's like, oh, look at these shoes with this outfit. It looks so cute. And then they just don't do anything to get back on their feet. They don't do anything for themselves. You can only do so much for people. And if they don't do anything to help themselves, then you really can't do anything about it, So we have tried to help people, but a lot of times it just ends up that they don't want to do anything to help themselves. And you can't, you can try, but you can't do things for people. You know what I mean? You can only let's put it this way. I don't like to give people a hand out. I like to give people a hand up. But a lot of people who are in a situation where they need help want a hand out. They don't want to do anything to help themselves. So we eventually, had to give up with certain people because, you can only, you can't want it for them. You can't want it more than them. And that's what it always seemed like. It seemed like we wanted them to get back on their feet and have a better life more than they wanted to do that for themselves. And that was frustrating because we always felt like, if we could just help people, but you can't help people that don't want to help themselves, you know? Like, people have to want it for themselves. They have to want to do the work to make their lives better. And a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people that we've tried to help anyway, they just don't. They just don't. Like that one kid, we haven't heard from him since that one letter that we got a couple months after he left. So I don't know how he's doing since then, but you know, it seemed like he was doing well when he went back with his family. You know, that he said they were in counseling and they were getting things together. So that felt really good, because that was like, okay, we did help him. You know, we got him off the streets of Portland and at least got him back home, you know. And then his mother had put a little PS at the bottom of the note, and she had basically said that she had thanked us because she said she was so worried about him, which I can understand. As a mother, I'd be petrified. She was so worried about him, and he didn't have a phone, so he wasn't calling her. So she was just thinking he was, you know, dead or something. And so it was really, really nice that we were able to help this kid out and get him back with his family. I hope in the end, you know, because he was so young, he was just a young person. I hope that he was able to get his life back on track. And, you know, we had talked to him when he was with us about going back to school and, you know, getting your degree and, you know, really taking this second chance to put your life in order. And I hope he did. Like I said, we never heard from him again after that letter that we got a couple months after we helped him get back home. We bought him a bus ticket to go home. Yeah, it just didn't work out. And then, like, you know, another friend of mine, we tried to help her several times. I like basically had her kids living with me on and off for most of their childhood. She was in Texas or she had been in California, and I went and picked her up and the kids. I rented a car and went down to California from Oregon to help pick up her and her kids and bring them back to Oregon. And they stayed with us. They stayed out here for about a year. And then she moved to Texas to be with family, which I thought was, you know, a good idea if she could have family support. But then after a couple of years, she called and said, you know, that, things weren't going good with her family and could we help her get back. So I actually sent her a credit card of mine that had like a $3,000 limit, and it was empty. There was nothing on it. So she had all $3,000 to like get herself back here to buy plane tickets and stuff. And in the end, she stayed with us from June until January, and then we couldn't take it anymore because it was getting really bad. And she never did pay back the money or pay off the credit card or anything. It was really terrible, you know. It was just not nice. Oh, she looks so pretty. Look how pretty. Look how pretty she looks. I've never done her hair all the way up. I usually have it half down, but it looks so pretty. Look at the back. So pretty. So yeah, we tried to help people, and then another person who needed a place to stay, we let her stay with us, and she just had to clean the house, help us clean the house because of my disability, to stay with us, and she didn't do that, and then she borrowed money, and then she never paid it back. So I mean, like, you know, we do try to help people, you know, as best as we can, but like I said, it seems like people more want a hand out than a hand up, you know, and then they just disappear and they leave you holding the bag, you know. So we've tried a lot. She has the prettiest hands. Look at her hands. How pretty her little hands are. She's got the prettiest little feet too. They look just like her hands. I love her. Do you guys know the artist Christina Moisenko? Her mother, Marina, starts with a B, the last name, but I can't remember what it is. She made Charlotte. And Christina, the daughter, she made my pickle twins. She's a really good artist. If you're looking for an artist, yeah, she charges, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say they're super expensive. They're not like $2,000-$3,000. But hers are usually like $1,000 to $1,200. But if you're looking for a really good artist, and she does payments, so check her out. It's Christina Moisenko. It's and then the last name is Moiseenko. I think is how it's spelled. And she's on Facebook. So if you're looking for, you know, a nice artist, she's a really sweet person, really nice person. So yeah, definitely mention me though, because then I get a discount on a baby in the future if you guys decide to go with her. So anyway, she's so pretty. Look at her. She looks like she's about to say something. You know what I mean? That's what I think the Pippa Kit looks like. She looks like she's about to say something, like she's got something on her mind and she's just about to open her mouth and say something. All right. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Okay, let me grab Julia. Oh, you know what? Let's dress Gretel. We haven't dressed Gretel for a few weeks. So let's dress Miss Gretel. I love Gretel. She's so cute. Let's dress Miss Gretel. Here's Gretel. I think this outfit looks cute on her too. Look at that face. So anyway, no, I'm just feeling a little discouraged. I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, and I do enjoy making the videos though, but I thought, you know, by now it's been what, like 8-9 months. I thought I would have more subscribers than I have. I mean, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm not, you know, complaining. I'm just saying I'm just surprised. I thought it would be more popular than it is. I think it's hard because it's sort of a niche thing, you know. It's not something everybody's into. So the channel that other guy that I was talking about that's only had his channel for 10 days, he does like a reaction channel. And I know that there are a lot of people like reaction channels. So that's probably why, but it's just, it just feels, you know, you guys know what I'm saying. It gets frustrating, you know, you're just not sure, if you're going to be successful, you know, and it starts to get, discouraging, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I feel a little bit discouraged, but I just think you have to come to terms with the fact sometimes that you're just not very useful, you know, that you just don't have anything that anyone wants. And that's just a reality that's hard for a lot of people to come to. But I think sometimes you just have to come to that reality, you know. And I think that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just starting to realize that I'm not very useful in the world, you know. Like I said, when I first started this channel, you know, like the people who are willing to be evil and bad and like, you know, buy knockoffs and hurt people and all that, those are the people that make it big, you know, because they have no values. But I just can't be that kind of person, you know. Like I thought about doing a reaction channel and I probably would have a lot to say, but I just couldn't hurt people, you know, like those reaction channels, you know, the ones that get the most engagement are the ones that like insult people. And I just couldn't do that because I would feel like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I just feel like I couldn't pick apart someone's life like that, you know, because, you know, I just want I want people to be happy, you know, I want people to believe in themselves and love themselves. And, you know, I think those reaction channels are really hard for the people who they're reacting to take sometimes. And I just couldn't feel like that I was causing that kind of pain for someone. So, look at her. This is the Carter's Classics outfit with the little ducks on it. You know, I looked for other Carter Classics and I haven't seen any, but I love this little line, the Carter's Classics, because it's like vintage stuff and it's so cute. But I looked and I couldn't find any other ones other than this one. I'd love to find some more Carter Classics because, I just really like this one. It's one of my favorite outfits. It's just so cute. But like I said, I haven't been able to find them. I don't know where to look for them. I looked on eBay and Amazon, and I just couldn't find the Carter's Classics. So if you guys happen to see them anywhere, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to check out my TikTok, okay? It's Reborn Nation on TikTok, just like it is on YouTube. And follow my TikTok, okay? Because I'm getting a little more engagement on TikTok than I'm getting on YouTube. But you know, I miss the old days. I miss like the 80s and stuff, you know, like that's when I was young, was the 80s. I was born in 75. So, you know, the 80s, I was a kid, but it was such a fun decade, you know, it was bright colors and big hair and, you know, music. The music was amazing from the 80s. I love 80s music. And, you know, it's like you look back and you realize, you know, how much time has gone by, you know? I miss so much. I miss so much about my younger years, you know, especially the 80s, but not just the 80s, you know, just time goes by so fast. You turn around and one day you're 50, you know? You haven't achieved much. You haven't been very successful, haven't really accomplished any dreams. It's like my spirit is strong and I have so many dreams, but my body is weak, you know. My body just doesn't have the stamina to do all the things I want to do. And that's hard sometimes to face, you know. It's hard to face that I'll never do all the things I dreamed about when I was young, you know. And now I'm in the second half of my life. Well, at least, you know, chronologically. And I just think that, you know, anything I would have been able to accomplish, I would have had to have done before now. Because anything I do after now isn't going to be like anything major, you know. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm feeling a little down tonight. I feel like, you know, I really wanted this YouTube thing to be successful and, you know, go bigger and, you know, touch a lot of people and bring, you know, my biggest goal was to bring awareness to the Reborn community, but I'm not really succeeding at that either. I don't think any more people know about the community than they did before. I don't know. I don't like that with this. I don't think that's good. Oh, maybe if I pull it back a little bit, it'll look better. So it's not like wrapped around her face. Let's see. It's not like pushing in on her face. Oh, that's better. Yeah, see? That's better. Look how cute. This is such a cute outfit. I love it. Do you guys have any Carter Classics outfit? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really does help the algorithm every time somebody makes a comment or likes the video. And it really does push the video out to other people. So please, I'm just asking nicely, please comment and like. You can just say hello. You don't have to comment anything long. And like the video, please. Because I'm really trying to make this thing happen, but it's very slow going. So please like the video, comment, share it, you know, something just to help out. I mean, you know, you don't have to, of course. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of having a down night. I'll keep doing it, even if it's not very popular, but you guys are amazing. Just that you take the time to watch my videos really makes me feel special. Even if one person only did, you know. Gretel's such a snuggly girl. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Auntie. I went to school today and play with blocks and color a picture. And I made a new fan, and we play on the swing. That was so nice that you told him about your day at preschool. That was so nice. I bet they love to hear about your day at preschool, Chicky. All right, ladybugs, I'm going to let you go, but I hope you have a great day, okay? Bye.